Hey guys, do you need some rope? Because you can buy rope today. You can use it to hold down your hay bales, your wheat bales, your hemp bales, whatever you want. Are you wondering if it works for towing things? Well, heck yeah, it works for towing things. You can tie it to your horse, your oxen, tie it to your plow. You can tie it to your tractor. You can tie it to whatever you need to tie it to. Plow your fields, tow things to town, do whatever you need. You're wondering if it works for security? Heck yeah, it works for security. Just tie up your house and those robbers can never get in there. Trust me on this. 100% guaranteed you will not experience a break-in if you use our rope. Do you need it to tie up some criminals while you wait for the police? Well, guess what? You can do that too. Our rope is strong enough they won't be able to break out of the rope.
In 1664, the British took control of the New Netherlands and the name of the territory was changed to New York. In the pre-industrial societies of early modern Europe, religion was a vessel of fundamental importance in making sense of personal and collective social, culture, and spiritual experiences.
During the 1500s and the 1800s, we played a lot of different games. Some of these may include tennis, which is a game we all know about. Dice, where the protagonist has to trick the antagonist into losing all of his wealth, cards, and can vary from gin rummy to go fish. And finally, bowls and skittles, which is kind of like the first kind of bowling, but to a smaller scale. Instead of having a ball roll across the floor, you have a ball tied to a string, and you have to knock over the pins.
When William of Orange and his wife took the throne of England, they recognized Parliament as a partner in governing. This meant that Parliament was on equal footing with the king. Now, instead of an absolute monarchy, England became a constitutional monarchy. In 1689, Parliament decided to make a Bill of Rights to limit the ruler's power. It made it so that he or she could not suspend Parliament's laws, not levy taxes without a specific grant from Parliaments, giving freedom of speech to Parliaments, and also not allowing kings to punish citizens who asked for change.
The lead pencil, the product we all know and love in today's standard, was invented in England in 1594. It was made by mistake, and it was called a lead pencil because it acted like lead, but it was really just graphite. In 1795, Nicolas Jacques Conte, a French with Napoleon's army, kiln-fired this pencil for toughness and then patented this method.
Queen Elizabeth from the Elizabethan Age. The Elizabethan Age soon started after the Renaissance spread to England. This is the age where Queen Elizabeth reigned and lasted from 1558 to 1603. The famous Queen Elizabeth I was a well-educated queen. She spoke Italian, Latin, Greek, and French. She also wrote poetry and music. She was one of the many people who supported the development of literature and English. Elizabeth stabilized religious conflicts for some time by encouraging her own religion, but she also did not persecute others of different religions.
Hi guys, I'm Bob Wiggins, and today we're here interviewing Queen Elizabeth I of England. And I just got a couple of questions for you. First thing out of the chutes, when were you born?
Oh, I was born September 7th, 1533. Though my parents wanted a son, it's quite a disappointment to them.
Oh, that's not good. Who were your parents?
Oh, my father was Henry VIII of England. Not that I care. He sucks.
And finally, last thing. What are your political views?
I had courts to help me deal with criminals, and when going off to different countries, I tried to gain allies.
Nice.
Let's hear about Darwin's theory of evolution. His theory states that everything comes from a single common ancestor. Natural selection, he called it, said that only the superior species would survive if there were two different species and they shared the same food source. It also states that as mutations occur over time, it helps the organism survive in its environment. His theory helps people understand their place in evolution. Even now, the entire field of evolutionary biology is founded on his theory of evolution.
The sulfur match is a very great invention. It works by getting a little wooden stick and dipping the tip of it into some sulfur and phosphorus. Both of these are non-metals, which means they will not be controlled by magnets and other various metals. Once you want to light the match, you strike it against some sandpaper, a rock, some flint, anything that's really tough enough to start a spark. And you can use this to start fires, as obvious as it is, and cook some food. Hey guys, so today we're here interviewing William Shakespeare, and we're going to be asking him a little bit of questions, get to know him better. And the first thing we'll start with is, when's your birthday?
Well, I was born on April 26th, 1564.
Okay. How many plays have you written?
Ran 38 plays and 154 sonnets. Some of my key plays were Romeo and Juliet and Hamlet.
Nice. Do you have any awards for those?
Yes, a key award that I won was the Lucille Lortel Award for Outstanding Revival.
That sounds good. Are you married at all?
Yes, I married Anne Hathaway when I was 18 years old.
Okay. And then one more thing. Do you have any children at all?
Yes, the first child me and Anne had was Suzanne, and later on we had twins, Hamnet and Judith. The geographical region known as England in the 1500s isn't that complicated. There are a few key rivers to know about, however, one of which is the Conwy River that goes just along the west side of the Snowdonia region. Another river that's key is the Dee River, spelled D-E-E. This river starts up at the towards the northern point in England and tends to go down and goes downwards closer to Snowdonia. The last river that is key is the Teifi River. This river begins close to Pembrokeshire coast and travels towards the middle inland of England. The fashion during the 1590s was very complicated. The rich women wore elaborate and complex outfits. Every piece of an outfit was separate, held together by pins. Most of the clothing women wore was adorned with jewelry. The fashion for the men was very different. If they had good legs, they would wear their pins that revealed their legs up to their crotch in some instances. A working man's breeches were worn at knee level and were typically baggy. Both genders wore a type of thick cream on their paste called kierce. This was typically white until it began to melt, in which case it turned gray. Hey guys, do you feel that you've been working out in the fields a bit too much and you're a bit too dark a skin tone for your upcoming event? Maybe we're going to the Queen's Ball, or your best friend's birthday party, or your own wedding, or the birth of your child, or just really anything. But you've just been working out in the wheat fields a bit too much for your manor lord? Well, I have the perfect invention for you. It's called Kierce, and it whitens you up right up. It's made out of a special pigment called white lead, which will not cause lead poisoning, and you totally won't die from using my product. I repeat, you will not die from lead poisoning by using my product made out of white lead. This is also known as the Spears of Saturn, making it sound a bit more professional and fancy if you want to use this for anything, really. So yeah, come on down to the Kierce Emporium at your local town market today to get this sweet, sweet product.